hello. Hello again. I'm gonna do what I always do and say what I always say. Test the audio, and then we're gonna get back into it. I'm trying to make sure you guys can hear the music okay, because the music is fantastic, but I also don't want it to overpower me, even though it's probably more pleasant to listen to. Okay, I think that's probably good. Alright, so welcome back to Mario Mayhem. We're continuing the peak of our journey, as far as I'm concerned. Mario Galaxy. Not that the other games aren't spectacular too, and I'm very much looking forward to playing them, but this is very much the main event for me. So let's get going again. So let's see, how many stars do we have? Okay, we have 21. We need 70. I think that getting stars, like the amount of stars you get, you can gradually pick it up as you play the game, just because more missions open up and there's just more options. But we'll see. I do think I'm probably gonna end up needing to split this one into 3 parts. But just like Sunshine, I will probably do both parts 2 and 3 today, and probably just take a little break in between. Because I want to start Galaxy 2 on Friday. And I've already mentioned that if we end up going over when we're supposed to, or when this was supposed to end, you know, because we were trying to do this in the month of May, but if we end up going over, then I don't really have a problem with just stretching it out into June as well. Because it's not really like a race or anything. I'm just enjoying these games, and I'd rather take my time than just try to rush through them for the sake of getting everything done by May. Let's see, how many does he need? Oh, jeez. We're only, like, freaking a few off. We only need 20 more. Well, let's go get some, I suppose. We only did the first one in Ghostly Galaxy, so I think the next one is going to be the race I was talking about. Alright. A very spooky sprint. Look at all those ghouls. And then there's that asshole. So I've had something on my mind today, but well, I guess I'll get into it once we actually get going. The brigade members haven't come back. What are they up to? Let's go find out. Alright, so I don't know if I want to get into this now. I do want to talk about it, but at the same time, I don't want to constantly be interrupted by dialogue and stuff. I don't think it'll be that big of an issue, though. Oh my god, he almost fucking whacked his face against the edge of the house. I don't remember it being that close. Alright. This guy. So you're after It, too. Yeah, the acclaimed sequel to the 2017 horror remake. Oh. You don't even use the Boo Mushroom in this one. I think it's... Oh, you know what? I think you use the Boo Mushroom for a race level in Galaxy 2. Now that I think about it. Because I think you race this guy again in Galaxy 2. But you use the Boo Mushroom, and I think it's a side-scrolling level. Whereas, I guess this one you just use Pole Stars. I don't know why they wouldn't make you use the Boo Mushroom in this level, though. Because it seems like, you know, especially if it's going to be in the Ghost level, it seems like it would be a no-brainer if they wanted to get more use out of that power-up. But I guess not. And it doesn't really matter. The Pole Stars are still fun, too. And this is another example of a motion control mechanic that I don't think feels tacked on. Like, it just kind of feels natural to control. The Wii Remote in general, I feel like, is a really well-designed controller for, motion controls. I mean, obviously, that's what it was specifically designed for, so it better be, but, like, you know, it in terms of just the way it feels, I feel like it's just it's a really nice controller. Oh, God. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh! Oh, man. That was a close one. Yeah, take it. So, he was racing for it, but he had it the whole time, I guess. He's like, go on, take it and go. Get out of my sight.
The IGN.
Oh, sorry. I opened up my phone. I had a video from Greg Miller pulled up, talking about, I guess, the IGN reunion. Greg Miller is a cool guy. I met him right after, literally the day I graduated from high school. He was in Orlando, like half an hour, not even half an hour, like maybe 15 minutes away from the building where I graduated. He was doing like a meet and greet with Tim Geddes. And so I went there. Oh, look. Bro, I got a star, but now I can't get back. This picture shows where I am. Help me. He doesn't know how to use the stars like me. But anyway, yeah, so I went to this bar where Greg Miller and Tim Geddes were hanging out. And there was a shit ton of people there to meet them. And there was a lot of really cool people there. And I had to wait a pretty long time before I was able to talk to them. But I got pictures with both of them, and I got them to sign my graduation cap, which was really cool. And I was talking to Greg Miller about like how I wanted to make video games, and that's what I was going to go to college for. And we started talking about Dreams, like the Media Molecule game Dreams, just because, you know, it's like a really robust creation tool, and it's a good way to like sort of prototype ideas and stuff. And he literally, the amazing guy that he is, he literally, as a graduation gift to me, he literally just pulled out like a wad of cash from his wallet, and he gave it to me, and he's like, here, use this to go buy Dreams. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, I gave him a hug, and it was really nice of him. He's a super cool dude. And I did use the money for Dreams, and I really love that game. I'm still have yet to actually publish a creation with it, because I've toyed around with the creation tools, and it's you know, it's far more complex than something like Little Big Planet. But I do want to learn how to use it, or not. I already know the basics, but I do want to put some time into making a creation in it eventually. Mostly because I want to, but also because I kind of feel like I owe it to Greg for paying for the game for me, mostly. But yeah, he's a super cool dude. Ever since those big eels showed up, we haven't caught any fish. Get rid of those big eels. Okay. This level, Mario Galaxy has a lot of like scary themed water levels. Like, they're not necessarily like horror levels, but like, you know, stuff like just like water-based planets with like really intimidating enemies. Like, this is the Drip Drop Galaxy, and then I forget whether it's in this game or Galaxy 2. I think it's in this game, but there's like another one called Deep Dark Galaxy where you have to fight like a giant skeleton fish. It's just the kind of stuff used to scare me as a kid, because it's like it's very intimidating to approach enemies like that. And of course, you know, once you get older, you realize it's not actually that difficult. But it doesn't change the fact that the presentation makes it appear like almost an impossible task. And for an 8-year-old, I mean, that's a pretty intimidating thing. Where's the other eel? There's got to be at least one more. Oh, there he is. All right. Is that it? Cool. I don't know where it is. Oh wait, I think it's right here. There we go. I really like the way the stars look in this game. Like the rounded stars. It's just it's very nice. And I like how grand stars are sort of an evolution of shine sprites with like the rounded points on the ends. Oh yeah, there's only one star. Alright. Let's see if it's a bonus level. Oh wait, you know what? I think that's the boss actually, because I'm pretty sure the boss said it needed 23 stars. So I did have something that I said I wanted to talk about earlier, but I think I'm probably just gonna wait to talk about it until we unlock a new storybook chapter, because it kind of ties into that. An enemy base in the region. It's like a Star Wars sort of thing. Like when you look at it that way. But yeah, I think I'm gonna save that little anecdote for when we unlock another storybook chapter, because it kind of relates to just the concept of the story in general. Sinking the airships. That was always like a weird thing to me in any sort of space-related media, that that like spaceships and airships can like sink. I mean, airships sinking on like a planet makes sense because, you know, they're still affected by gravity. But like, you know, when a spaceship or an airship like this sinks in space, it's like, what is like this is something that's in like Star Wars, and especially Rogue One did this. But like, you know, when they take down a Star Destroyer or something, like it sinks. And it's like, it makes sense from like a visual standpoint, because it's like, it would be weird if it just didn't move, I guess. I mean, I guess you could just have it like blow up, but like sinking just basically shows you that it's like out of the running in terms of the battle. But it's just odd because, you know, there's no force of gravity to make it do that. So it's just like sinking for no reason. It's like somebody just fell asleep on the controls and just leaned it really far forward. Oh my god, did they still target me while I was in the cannon? Huh. Luma Bop. I don't have 30 star bits. Sorry. Can I get star bits from these, man? Alright. Is it enough? No. Okay. Let's see if I can get more from box. Perfect. And with one to spare, too. I honestly don't really need this, but why not? Exact change. Okay, that's a little weird that he transforms into the mushroom that you eat. It's one thing if he's just selling it, but his purpose in life is just to give you extra hit points. Mario, you finally made it. I was starting to worry. Oh man. I thought he was gonna give me some little tip, but he's just like, nope, I've just been here waiting for you because I'm scared. Oh boy. Ow. Alright, Bowser Jr. You just don't give up. Fine then, I guess I'll just whoop you myself. You want this Grand Star so bad, you're gonna have to take it from me. Oh yeah, you fight him directly in this one. I forget. I knew he was gonna be here. I just forgot that you just fight him directly instead of like him summoning someone. Ow. Again, with the Koopas on all fours, it's a little bit strange. Especially when Bowser Jr. is right there and he is also a Koopa. He shot his own guy. What a bozo. How many hits does he take? Is that it? Oh. Yeah. The Koopa was looking at me directly like, hey man, you gonna do it? You gonna use me? I like the way that Mario sort of gets launched into the air when he gets a Koopa shell. Just makes the act of just picking it up a little bit more satisfying. Oh god, this is getting pretty chaotic. Come on. Yeah, get out of here. Yay! Another one in the bag already. So I think we have like 2 to go. Because I don't think the garden has a grand star. Huh. Ooh, goodbye, turquoise, energy ball. Hello, aquamarine energy ball. Oh yeah, I also always liked how the pipes sort of guide you to the different domes. Yay! Oh, a new chapter has been added to the storybook. Thanks to you and your friends, all of the domes on the lower level are working again. Once the engine room on the upper level has power, the whole observatory will be working. Then the Comet Observatory will fly as a starship once again. Cool! And you'll be able to fly to your special one in the center of the universe. Very cool. Alright, so let's go read that storybook chapter and then I can finally talk about that thing that I keep saying I'm going to talk about. Alright. Oh! Look at all the blue ones.
Let us begin.
I love them. They're like little babies. Chapter 2. I'm going to use my Rosalina / storybook reading voice. Days passed with no sight of the comet or even a single planet. Instead, asteroids extended for as far as the eye could see. If I had known it was going to take this long, I would have packed more jam, said the little girl, above the rumble of her belly. That's pretty scary. Before they left, she had packed all the essentials: telescope, butterfly net, stuffed bunny, bread, milk, jam, and apricot-flavored tea. But I forgot to bring water! At this, the Luma burst into gales of laughter, and the girl began to pout. As long as I have starbits, I'll be fine, said Luma. Want some? The little girl couldn't stay mad after hearing this. I'm gonna be deathly dehydrated, but at least we have starbits. Luma continued to laugh, and the girl couldn't help but join in. Alright, maybe just a nibble. Leaning far out of the ship, the pair began to collect starbits with the girl's net. They almost fell out a few times, but they kept on collecting. The starbits tasted like honey. That's so cute. The Lumas are like, I want more! Okay, so what I've been saying that I've had on my mind is I've been thinking a lot about stories in Mario games recently, because, just like, so, Origami King, right? It's like Paper Mario sort of stopped doing super fleshed out stories. The story stopped being a main focus of the Paper Mario games. The newer games are more focused on just like humor in the dialogue and the paper gimmicks that are part of each game. And I like the newer Paper Mario games. But it's like I was listening because I listen to video game soundtracks a lot in my free time, and I was listening to some remixes of the memory theme from Super Paper Mario, and it just like I just sat there sort of in awe of the scope of the story in that game. Like the story is a massive part of Super Paper Mario, and it's like one of the most like genuinely emotional and unique narratives that a Mario game has ever had. And it's probably gonna be the last of its kind, because even though like Super Mario Odyssey, I feel like it does take its narrative a little bit more seriously, even if it is mostly a traditional Mario story. That like they have the added aspect of like Bowser wanting to marry Peach and stealing stuff from all the kingdoms to be part of the wedding, but like Super Paper Mario, I feel like, almost doesn't even feel like a Mario story, but that's sort of the thing that makes it, like, cool. That's the thing that made the Paper Mario games cool, is that they are stories that you wouldn't typically see in a Mario game. And I feel like Mario stories, even though there's usually a lot of humor in Mario games, and there's a lot of, like, silly and cartoony stuff in Mario games, a lot of times the stories are at their best when they actually take themselves seriously. And I feel like that's something that this game does too, and that's part of the reason I love it so much, is that even though it is very much still a traditional Mario story, but just with added stakes to it, just the presentation of everything just like makes it seem like it's actually like, urgent, and like you're actually in danger, just because of like. And like Galaxy 2 is a great example of the opposite end of that, because it's the exact same story, but because of the way they present it in a different way in that game, the stakes don't feel as high, and the story doesn't take itself as seriously. But I feel like it leaves less of an impact because of that. And that's also the way I feel about the newer Paper Mario games, because even though Color Splash has hints of that, like that sort of thing where like, it's mostly at the very end of the game, like with I don't really want to spoil it in case you haven't played Color Splash, but there is a moment at the end where it's supposed to be like an emotional beat, and I think it does work, but at the same time it makes me wish that there was more stuff like that in the game as a whole. Just more characterization and more focus on that. But it's mostly just comedy in the dialogue, and it's good writing, but it's just not like I just keep comparing it to like Super Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door, and just those despite all the humor those games have, that elevates like the writing on like a situation by situation basis. Just the overall like weight the story has because of how it's presented, it just makes the game's stories leave much more of an impact. So yeah, I mean, I kind of wish that Nintendo would go back to doing that, because they seem to be like going further in that direction, but I feel like there was a moment like in the early 2010s where they just like starting with Galaxy 2 and then every game that followed, I guess, they just sort of were restricted themselves to just doing things as vanilla as possible for a Mario game. Because, Mario Galaxy 2 is the exact same story as the first game, but just not, not told with as much atmosphere or drama or to it, not as much impact. And then, they did the new Super Mario Brothers games and the 3D Land and 3D World, and it's like, even though those games, there are some creative ideas throughout them, especially like 3D World, I feel like is when they started getting back into doing more creative stuff again, but like, it's just like you get the sense that like they restricted themselves to a formula, and that like that sort of started to bleed into the other sort of Mario games too. Like a lot of the spin-offs started to just do things like in a very traditional Mario sense, I guess. Like a lot of the aesthetic stuff, a lot of the worlds were very basic, and the characters didn't really have much personality outside of their one-note characteristics. And I really hope, I guess, my end, I guess, I don't know what you would really call it. Oh, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. I guess the point of me saying all this is just that the fact that Nintendo has been getting better about taking their stories more seriously in the Switch era, like in games like Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, it gives me hope for Origami King's story, because as much as it just seems like it's just gonna be like, the origami cult is like taking over and you have to stop them and it's like a paper thing. It's like the fact that the enemy of the game is an original character gives me hope that he has some sort of backstory, like sort of like Count Bleck, whereas like in the beginning he just seems like a generic villain with generic motivations, but the more you play the game, the more you start to understand why he's doing what he's doing. I just really hope that Origami King has a story like that. Even if it's, I don't expect the story to be on the same level as something like Super Paper Mario at all. But I at least hope it's another step in that direction. Because Color Splash had moments of that. But I think it would be really cool, especially since there seems to be a heavier emphasis on character in Origami King. I think it would be really cool if that sort of story was developed throughout the entire thing, and they had the sort of things they had in Super Paper Mario, where you cut back to the villain multiple times throughout the story, and there's like flashback sequences and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be presented in the exact same way. I just think that a storytelling along those lines is really cool, and it serves the story really well, and it's something that the newer Paper Marios have been lacking, and just newer Marios in general, I guess. But yeah, that's the what I've been wanting to say. So I hope it was worth it. I mean, you didn't really have to wait that long, but oh god, I don't think I'm in the win stream anymore. Oh no. Well, into the infinite thunderstorm I go. Give me 1 second, I just gotta respond to someone real quick. I think I'm also gonna plug the stream in a few more places too, just to draw a little bit more attention. Yeah, Mario can just go ahead and take a quick little nap. That's one of my favorite tropes of all the 3D Marios, is that he falls asleep if you don't. I think it's funny too, though, in New Super Mario Bros. U, that if you don't touch the controller, he just looks at you. Like, come on, dude. It's time to go. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta plug this thing. Make sure people know what's going down. This is another level, yet another level. I think all the levels in this game have fantastic music, but this seems to be the one that people talk about the most, Gusty Garden. And it seems to be the most frequently reused one in other Nintendo games. I think it's very, very good. I also think that other tracks in the game deserve the same attention, but I will not talk down about any of the music in this game because I think it is all masterful. And I really, really want to get the official soundtrack CD just to have it physically. Oh yeah, I gotta talk about this. I just talking about having that CD physically, it reminded me. I've been what's it called? I've been looking into getting more retro games physically. Just because I'm very much the type of person where I like having something to put on the shelf, and I like actually owning a copy of a game instead of like having a license to play a digital version of it or something like that. And like, even if that's not the case, like even if you do technically have ownership over a digital game, it's still like, you know, it's tied to the console and everything. It's like, it's not easy to transfer or share with others, even though I don't really share with others that often, because I'm very protective of my stuff. I still think just having a physical thing that you can hold in your hands and easily transfer from one system to another is a very valuable thing. And plus it just looks better for like a collection. You know, obviously there's like the argument that like you just like a collection like that takes up a lot of space, but it's like, it's just, you know, I'm the type of person that enjoys having something like that to enjoy physically, like look at the shelf and see all my games. So I've been looking into getting more retro games physically, and I found this person on this creator on Etsy. I think their name is Box for Games, if you want to check them out. But I was looking at it because I was Googling like how much an in-box copy of Paper Mario for the N64 was, and they this person on Etsy like recreates like pretty much exactly like they cut the cardboard themselves and like print it themselves, but it's like they make boxes that look pretty much identical to the original game boxes, and they sell them for like $10 a piece, and you can choose whether you want to get them with like an insert included or not. And they come with like the cardboard thing inside so that you can oh wait, I'm supposed to be killing these moles, aren't I? They come with like a cardboard thing inside so that you can keep actually store the game in them. It's just it's such a neat idea, and I don't know why it's something I've never thought about, like somebody should do that before, because like, you know, especially for like older like Game Boy games, like the sort of thing, the games that I played when I was a kid, you know, the fact that the games were cardboard boxes made it seem like they weren't supposed to be kept, and I guess maybe they weren't, but like, you know, you always, it's regular, like it was a normal thing to keep plastic game cases because that's the sort of stuff that you store the disc in, and you can't really, I mean, you can have disc holders, but it's just, in a lot of cases, it's just better to have the actual DVD case to store the game in. But, you know, a lot of, now you go back and get, like, cartridges and stuff, which don't really need cases to be stored safely. And, you know, it's just the sort of thing where, like, oh, okay. I think this is just a secret, but, you know, it's very hard. I mean, it's, not only is it much harder to find boxed copies of those games, but the ones that are available are ridiculously expensive because it's rare. You know, most of the time it's just the cartridge that's sold. But now, you know, it was just really cool of, like, to find out that there is a person that's recreating those exact boxes for collectors like me that are interested in that sort of thing. And I definitely plan to get some boxes for my retro games from them soon. But it also is sort of a concerning prospect to me, just because I feel like once I buy one of them, I'm gonna want to buy boxes for all of my retro games, and it's just gonna drain my wallet, because if it's $10 a piece, and that's not that expensive, but you know, you get boxes for like every retro game that you own, it's gonna add up. Can I jump over this? Shit, okay. I guess I shouldn't try that. But yeah, I just wanted to give them a quick shout out because I think what they're doing is really, really cool. And if you're interested in collecting retro games and want boxes but don't want to have to pay a fortune to do it, they seem like a very good option. I know it sounds like I'm being sponsored by them to say that, but I just genuinely think it's a really cool thing. And I was looking at their Etsy page last night for a really long time, just thinking like, wow, this is amazing. I'm so glad somebody's doing this. Oh yeah, this is a cool level idea, like a cool level mechanic. Just like the friggin' caterpillars bridging the gap between fruit planets. I love it when Nintendo level design just gets extremely weird. Oh my god. I thought it was gonna be like a multiple caterpillars and there's like one inside each fruit, but it's just one really long caterpillar. And he just lives in between these fruits, I guess. Oh man, I almost forgot I brought a water with me. Oh, come on. Do I even need the caterpillar? Can I just... There we go. Oh, that poor bunny. He needs my help. I gotta take a sip of water first, though, because I'm thirsty. Okay. Yes. I will gladly take that. Don't immediately lose it. Okay. Let's go save that one. Poor guy. You. Not cool. Oh, come on. Not already. I'm trying my best, bunny. At least he can't keep up. It'd be pretty dark if he just like if you didn't do it in a good amount of time, he just grabbed the bunny and fucking ate it. Okay, bunny, you get out of here. You get in the tree. Yeah, fuck you. Oh god. That's stressful. No, come on, I was so close. Come on. Oh no, I didn't ground pound. I hit the button, but I didn't ground pound. My hands are actually kind of sweating. Come on. Come on! God! He goes so fast! Oh my god, my Z button is like... Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. Why can't I pause the game? It will not let me pause the game. I have no idea whether that's like a controller issue or whether that's like just a boss fight thing, but... Okay, he's dead. If that is a boss fight thing, I never knew that. I guess you just can't pause during boss fights? Or maybe my plus button isn't working. Hold on. Let's see if it works now. Okay. It's not working. That is odd. I feel like you should be able to pause in those sections. I think that might be just a thing with my controller. The dirty tricks of Major Burrows? Yes, please. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about Luigi. He's still... Holy shit. He's been fucking stranded in that galaxy this whole time, and I didn't realize. I literally read his letter saying that he needed help, and I went and did other missions instead. I'm such a terrible brother. Holy shit. Wow. I can't believe that. Alright, let's go save him. He's been waiting long enough. I mean, for all he knows, I could literally just, maybe mail just takes a long time to travel in space. How would he have even mailed it to me if he couldn't get back? Like, what would he have done to mail his letter? These are the important questions. Hey, dude. You came to save me again. I knew I could count on you, bro. Alright, Luigi. Let's get out of here. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot about him. Oh, there was like a pause. I thought it was gonna be like a cutscene or something. Alright, let's go back to the bedroom. Because I think we may have unlocked Freeze Flame Galaxy. And that's like one of my favorite galaxies in the game. I think we've unlocked it. I think it said we unlocked a new galaxy, so we'll check. Freeze Flame first. Okay. let me test this. I don't know if the stream went down. It's okay. Apparently it says it's the same session. Okay. Okay. So I don't know, I was just having, okay. So, what happened? Remember in Mario Sunshine when I forgot to plug my computer in and it died in the middle of the stream? This time, it happened in reverse. Because the charger was plugged into the wall, but not the computer. But I noticed that it was dying as soon as it died, so I don't think it completely died. I think it was just like in the process of dying, and then I saved it. But the stream, I thought it was gonna go down and then be a whole new stream, but it seems like it's the same session. So I guess that's good. I don't have to. I mean, I'll probably still cut that out in the VOD anyway. But yeah, okay, that's a thing. It says the bit rate is okay. It's not exactly opportune conditions right now, but the stream seems to be okay. So I guess we'll just keep going, assuming everything is all right. Okay, yeah, we'll just keep going. Cool. And the galaxy that I wanted is the one that's up next. So, perfect. Holy crap. I can't believe I let myself neglect plugging in my laptop again. Like, you would think by now, after all the freaking problems we've had, between, like, me muting myself at the end of Mario 2, and, like, almost letting it die a couple of other times, and, like, actually letting it die during Mario Sunshine. You think I would learn my lesson and learn to pay attention to these things. But it's still just something that tends to slip my mind. Alright, let's catch this guy, because he's just a real asshole, this guy. I'm just kidding, he's adorable, I love him. How could one penguin move so fast? I love how they, like, you could probably easily catch him but they give him a head start so that you actually have to race him at least a little bit. Not bad, old man. With skating skills like that, you might have a chance. A small chance, maybe, but a chance. To do what? It's... See, that's the thing, too, is that, like... I think it was last Galaxy stream we talked about this. It was either Galaxy or Sunshine, but, we were talking about how old Mario is, because Miyamoto claims that Mario's in his 20s. But that seems like a little young for Mario. Especially, like, you know, the penguins in this game called him Old Man. And, like, you know, obviously he's not that old, but he's not 20-something old, you know? Like, I think he's at least in his 30s. That's something I never really tended to think about as a kid. But I don't think it's something that crosses a lot of kids' minds. Unless, you know, there's like Baby Mario and stuff, but you never get to see teen Mario, you know? Like, you never get to see the in-between between his current state and his youngest state. And I don't think they'll ever do that, because that would be a little bit of a weird thing. I don't know if they want to delve into that section of Mario lore. Oh god. Oh yeah, this is the first game with the ice flower, isn't it? It functions weirdly in this game, but it is odd that they took them until this game to implement a power-up that's the opposite of the fire flower, especially because the fire flower is like the most iconic thing in the game, or the most iconic power-up, I mean. Maybe other than the mushroom, but you know, the mushroom is just obviously the icon of the entire series. The fire flower is up there with it. Oh, I don't even need to go over to that side, do I? Well, let's kick that guy's ass. I love it when game bosses have like super, like, I guess crunchy, I guess is the word for it, like just like the breaking sound effect matches what they're made out of. In Mario Galaxy 2, when you refight Womp in Womp's Fortress, like the sound he makes when he blows up sounds like, you know, like rock being crumbled, and like Baron Burr sounds like he sounds like, you know, you're shattering a piece of ice. It's very satisfying. He didn't even seem like he was, I mean, he was attacking me, but, like, you know, he was also one of those ones he just kind of seemed like he was minding his own business. Oh, new storybook chapter already. I don't really know what the conditions are to unlock a new storybook chapter. But I guess it doesn't really matter, because we're still steadily unlocking them anyway. I think that actually is just a complete, like, just reused asset from Thousand Year Door, that book. Chapter 3, The Comet. A beam of light pierced through the ship's window. Thinking it was the morning sun, the girl peered through the window, only to find a turquoise blue comet shimmering at her. Fuck. I'm terrible at narrating. The little girl shook the sleeping Luma awake and shouted excitedly, "We have to get to that comet." The pair descended onto the comet and found that it was made of ice. They looked high and low, but Luma's mother was nowhere to be found. Exhausted, the little girl sat down with a flop, utterly unable to take another step. Look! Peering down at the icy ground where the Luma was pointing, the girl suddenly noticed clusters of starbits encased in the ice. Pretty good, huh? Finding starbits is my specialty, said Luma, beaming. There's ice here, but it's so warm. I'll bet there's water here, too. The two decided to stay on the comet for a while. Riding the turquoise comet, the pair continued their search for Luma's mother. The real mother was the friends they made along the way, but we'll get to that part. Storybooks is such a great addition to this game. Oh, Red Luma up there all by himself. Oh boy. Is that like the race? I think it is. I don't remember ever doing... I mean, I've 100%ed this game multiple times. But I don't remember doing a cosmic race in this level. Oh, wait, you know what? Actually, I think I do know which one this is. Yeah, okay, I remember this one. I forget whether, like, you do this part of the level normally, or whether it's, like, a specific section specifically made for a prankster comet. My guess is probably the former. Uh-oh. It's Bowser Jr. I love that. That normal Mario is, like, getting prepared and stuff, and, like, Cosmic Mario looks, like, just annoyed, like, alright, fine. I guess I'll pose for this. It's just a nice little touch. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've left him in the dust by now. There we go. Easy. Where do the rest of the Lumas sleep? Because there's only one bedroom, and I'm assuming Rosalina sleeps in the bed. But I guess if the Lumas float, they don't really need to lie down? I don't know. Oh, that's weird. The session timer restarted. So maybe, we did just have to start a new session, and, the other one was just, it was just falling behind, I guess. Either way, I was gonna have to edit this a little bit to fix that little section, but, looks like I am gonna have to cut them together like the Sunshine stream. Damn. I really need to remember to plug in my computer. Like, I was only really streaming for 40 minutes before it died, which gives you an idea of, the state my laptop battery is in. And I would crack it open and replace the battery, but at this point, I think I'd rather just invest in getting a new laptop and transferring the files. Just because it's like, you know, why spend the money? Because it's like, there's already other things wrong with the laptop in the first place. So, it just, I don't know. It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to invest in. I mean, I did before. My laptop screen was broken. It wasn't working at all, and I'm still not sure what caused that. But I got the screen fixed, and I spent a good amount of money. I think I spent like maybe a couple $100 getting the screen fixed, and then eventually I just realized, you know, maybe it would have been smarter to just invest in a new laptop. Even still, though, I'm glad I did it, just because well, I have a lot of files on the laptop, and just it's easier to get them off and transfer them with the laptop actually working instead of you know, trying to hook it up to a monitor and get the files that way. Oh god. Oh, come on. Jeez. Oh man. That's another video game death I always thought looked like it really hurt. Let's go in here. But yeah, I need to, one of these days, especially if I'm gonna keep... I mean, I definitely need to invest in, fixing my current desktop's USB ports, assuming that that's the reason why the video is stuttery when I try to use my capture card on it. But, at the same time, I still think, I would need a better laptop for other stuff, like school and stuff. And this laptop is like on its last legs, so I think it's about time I get a new one. And I'm not really sure what kind I would go for, because I don't really know how to really laptop shop. I mean, I built my own computer, and I guess it's technically a possibility to build your own laptop too, but it's expensive and probably much harder than building a desktop. So I just probably need to figure out what I'm going to be using my laptop for and make sure that it's capable of handling it. Which seems like a smart way to go about buying anything. Alright. Is this the first... Oh my god, yeah, this is the first time that I've used the Fire Flower in this game. I think the more fitting intro to the Fire Flower is in Freeze Flame, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. And he's just casually walking down. Oh god. Let's avoid that. Hopefully I'm gonna have plenty of star bits for the next Hungry Luma that shows up. I'm not typically a huge fan of desert-themed levels, just because I don't know, I've always preferred, like, I guess, I prefer, like, the color palettes and the music, and just generally, like, desert mechanics, like quicksand and stuff, always just tended to bother me. I do like certain desert levels, but, I mean, it just depends. I think this level has good missions. I don't think all the missions in this level are that great. But as far as desert levels go, I don't think it's bad. I think a great desert level is Tostarena from Mario Odyssey. Just because there's a lot of stuff to find, and they have, like, you know, they have the temple, and then they also have the town, and you can just go back and forth between them freely, and you can ride the Jaxi around, which makes traversing it a lot more fun. Plus it has, like, the cool twist of having, like, the ice stuff underneath the sand. There's just a lot of really cool stuff in that level that I feel like makes it one of the better desert levels in my eyes, as someone who doesn't usually prefer them. Mario Mayhem back at it. Good to see you, Patrick. Glad you could make it. I don't know if I'm gonna be... I'm gonna try to finish this game today. I don't know if it's gonna be this specific stream, but if not this specific stream, then I'm gonna come back to it later tonight. Alright. After this, we're gonna go back to Freeze Flame, because I really love that level. I don't know if viewers can see how long a stream has been going for. I think you can. I don't typically watch too many things on stream, and when I do, I don't usually pay attention to that sort of thing. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, good, Hungry Luma. But I've been streaming. It says 17 minutes now, but it's because it crashed in the middle of it because my computer died. But that plus 40 minutes, it's just about an hour, like something like that. So we'll probably go for a few hours, and then I'll take a break, and then if we're still not done, then I'll come back to it later, so we can start Mario Galaxy 2 on Friday. Oh yeah, I was like waiting for more to come, not realizing that I didn't actually have more. I love. I just think freeze flame is a really cool idea for a level, like especially like again pertaining to like the space theme, just like an ice planet and a fire planet like orbiting around each other, and then like eventually like you do the ice mission and then you do the fire mission, and then eventually the two of them come together. And I think that's a really cool idea, especially because Mario games tend to have both types of levels, but they don't. Mario biomes don't tend to overlap most of the time. Like even in a game like Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, when the paper world starts colliding with the real world, it tends to be like the cardboard versions of the same biome. So just like extra little paper platforms show up. But it's not really a mix of... It doesn't really feel like a mix of two different worlds, just because, like, part of it's made out of cardboard, part of it isn't. Ooh. Oh yeah, somebody posted a picture of, like, the Earth being split in half on Twitter the other day with, like, molten lava going back and forth between them. And I retweeted it, and I was like, damn, the Mario Galaxy remaster is looking really good. I do wonder if those rumors about the Mario Galaxy, or just the Mario remasters in general, I do hope that they're true. I think I talked about this a little bit last stream, but like, Paper Mario was a part of that rumor, and there did end up being another Paper Mario game announced, but I forget whether it was that rumor or another rumor, but most of the Paper Mario rumors seem to suggest that it was going to go back to its roots, and it didn't really. It seems to be a progression of the Color Splash formula, but like, obviously fixing and fine-tuning a lot of the different things. So it does make me wonder if the Mario remaster part of that rumor is true either. And I hope it is. But at the same time, packaging all those games together in one bundle, especially if they're all like remade from the ground up and not just ports, it doesn't seem like a very Nintendo thing to do. Nintendo typically likes to remaster one game at a time. So if they were going to do that, I have a feeling it would be Mario 64 specifically. Oh god, I'm gonna run out of time, aren't I? Yeah. I have a feeling if they were going to pick one, it would be Mario 64 specifically, just because that's the oldest of the 3D games and, like, most in need of a facelift graphically, I guess. I mean, it already did have a remake on the DS, but just in terms of, like, Mario 3D platformers, that seems to be, like, the figurehead of the entire series. So if they were going to do something with the 3D games and they were only picking one, they would probably do just a definitive edition of 64 with all the content from DS included. Of course, it would be much better and even cooler if they did Galaxy and Sunshine as part of that package too, but especially just because it'd be really nice to play these games on the Switch, like on the go, but I guess it just remains to be seen. This year is just in general, it's very weird for Nintendo, because they, it's Mario's 35th anniversary, obviously, and, like, they've been doing certain things. Paper Mario doesn't really seem like it's, like, attempting to be tied into any sort of 35th anniversary celebration. We can assume it's part of it, but, there wasn't any sort of logo attached to it or anything saying, like, oh, it's for the 35th anniversary of Mario, or anything like that. But it's like, they do probably have something planned. We just don't know what it is yet, and it's like, we had assumed that if they were going to announce it, they would probably have to do it soon so that they could build up hype for the end of the year. But again, Paper Mario is coming out in 2 months, and we just now found out about it. So who knows if they do have something planned? Who knows how long it'll take for them to actually talk about it? Yeah, I just have no idea. And then, like, we don't even really know, even outside of just like the Mario games, we don't really know a lot about what's what else is coming this year other than Paper Mario and like Xenoblade Definitive Edition. And I feel like Breath of the Wild 2 isn't, if it was coming this year, they probably would have tried to hype it up a little bit more. Especially if the rumors are true that there's not going to be an E3 timed Nintendo Direct this year. Oh, it spawned all the way up there. But yeah, it's just the thing I think is like the weirdest to me when I think about all this is I think this year, I think it's the 30th anniversary. Maybe I don't know exactly. I think it's the 30th anniversary of the Mother series. I think that's why they're doing it. They're doing like I don't know what specific company is doing it. Like, I don't know if, like, Nintendo is super involved with it or anything, but I know there's, like, Mother stuff coming out to commemorate the series. And, like, I know there's, like, a comic book and just like, a lot of stuff related to just celebrating the Mother series coming out. So it does make me wonder if there'll be any sort of Mother-related game that comes out. One of my dream games, like always... Whenever a Nintendo Direct rolls around, my two most wanted games are always Paper Mario and a remake of the original... Well, a remake of Thousand Year Door specifically. Like, because as much as I love Super Paper Mario, it is a little bit more readily available to play than Thousand Year Door is, just because, you know, you can only play Thousand Year Door if you have a physical copy and either a Wii or a first-gen Wii or a GameCube. Whereas Super Paper Mario, like, you know, a lot of people have Wiis, and if you don't, you can download it on the Wii U Virtual Console. Which is still very weird to me that they included Wii games on the Virtual Console, but not GameCube games. Like, they just skipped over GameCube. And now they just don't have Virtual Console anymore at all. But yeah, I think Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, it would make a lot of fans really happy, including me, and you know, it just seems like by now Nintendo has to be aware of the demand that fans have for that type of game, and even if Origami King does fix a lot of the things that that specific group of fans has been complaining about, you know, Thousand Year Door still deserves a remaster. So whenever a Nintendo Direct rolls around, my two most wanted games are always that, and a remake of the first three Mother games. And I was originally, back before the Switch was a thing, I was always saying, like, it could be like a 3DS title. Just do, like, a 3DS version of all three Mother games with, like, more accessibility options and, like, the art style carried over from, like, the Mother stuff in Smash Brothers. I think it would be really, really cool. I don't know if they'll ever do it, though, because, you know, obviously, it's a question if they'll ever bring over Mother 3. They've already brought over 1 and 2, but, you know, 3 has just always sort of eluded everyone. Everyone outside of Japan, I mean. And, you know, they could, you know, obviously there's the fan translation, and Nintendo hasn't taken it down, so you can kind of take that as, okay, we're not going to do it, but we're not going to stop you guys from doing it, so that you guys can still play this game, but... You know, it's just sort of a bummer that we haven't had an official version. And I think if they were gonna do it now, a port, even though this is sort of what they did for Earthbound Beginnings, I feel like at this point, the game is over a decade old. It would just make sense if they wanted to make it a big deal and not just be like, okay, here's Mother 3, because I know people want it. So at this point, I think it would just make sense to remake it and then package it in with remakes of the other Mother games. Oh man, I can talk, can't I? That's why I do a podcast. All right. Oh, okay. So that section was all ice when I raced Shadow Mario, or Cosmic Mario, I guess. But I guess it just isn't. It's just for this one. It's both fire and ice, which is, I mean, it makes sense. It's the theme of the level. So there, in a way, there was something about that stage that was specific to the Cosmic Mario race, and I guess that's probably why I thought that. Or maybe I'm just an idiot. Who knows? Oh man. Right. This is the icy water, so it's gonna hurt if, oh shit. Holy shit. Mario looked like he was like dead going back into the water. Like he fell backwards. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, I love that too. The fact that the music changes back and forth between the ice version and the fire version depending on what side of the planet you're on. I live for stuff like that. Oh boy. Coin, okay. Where's the thing I gotta spin for this one? There it is. Right at the lowest possible level. Oh my god. I was trying to wall jump. Yeah, I don't really know why they went about making most of the power-ups timed in this game. I mean, maybe it's, I mean, like the red star is timed, and it only appears in like one level. Oh shit. But it's just like, you know, especially for parts like this, it would just make sense to just have the fire flower and then just keep it, and then, you know, like when you get a launch star or something, or get past a certain point, like that's when you lose the fire flower. I don't know though. This is still pretty cool though, just because it's the first appearance of the fire flower in a 3D Mario game. So it's just kind of cool to see it. Here we are on the platforms. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, that's a cool idea too, to use the ice flower to cool down the fire platforms. This is just a really cool level. I really like a lot of the design ideas in this level. I don't really need it. I'm more concerned about saving time. It's funny that they give Mario his classic, like, fire suit. Actually, now that I think about it, this might be the first game where that color scheme of fire suit appeared. Well, actually, no. New Super Mario Bros. Came out before this game, didn't it? Yeah. So that would have been the first game to have that, but... Yeah. I guess I've always wondered, like... why, because in the newer Paper Mario games, Mario gets his fire outfit when he uses a fire flower, but in the older games, he plants it in the ground. And I always wondered why that was. And it's like, you know, he does change colors in the original Super Mario Bros. When he gets a fire flower, but it's like, you know, his color scheme is different now, so wouldn't be the same. Well, I was saying something before. I was talking about. This is the first. I mean, this is the first time it was in a 3D game. Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. It's funny that he gets the like a fire suit when he gets the fire flower, but when he gets the ice flower, he just turns into ice, and he's like transparent, like he looks like he could just be like melted. Whereas the fire flower, he just like puts on a costume instead of turning into like a ball of flame or something. Alright. Story time. Chapter 4, The Dream. One night, the girl dreamed about her own mother. "Where are you going?" she asked her mother's retreating back. Without turning, her mother replied, "Don't fret, dearest. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always watching over you, like the sun in the day and the moon in the night." A wave of sadness washed over the girl. What about when it rains and I can't see the sun or moon? Her mother thought for a moment before responding. "I will turn into a star in the clouds and wait for your tears to dry." When she awoke, the girl's face was damp with tears. "You have star bits in your eyes," said Luma to the girl. Wiping her face, the girl replied, These are tears, not star bits. I'm crying because I'll never see my mother ever again." At this, Luma began to cry too. "Mama, oh mama, wah." The pair traveled through the starry skies, and though they encountered many other comets, none of them held Luma's mother. Luma was despondent. Now, Luma. The rain clouds won't go away if you keep crying," the girl said, giving Luma a squeeze. "I'll give you a present if you stop." The girl closed her eyes and said gently, "I'll take care of you." With these words, she felt a small spark in her heart. The story is just so cute. God. I wonder how long it's been, too, because Rosalina says, like, they go, she has infinite power, I guess, so she doesn't probably age, but, like, she says they stop by that spot every 100 years, so that implies that they've been sailing around for multiple centuries, and that would make sense, too, because, the storybook is sort of like, it is a story to these Lumas. They aren't the same Lumas that experienced it. Alright, you take that. I'll be back later with the rest. Alright. How many... Okay, we need one more star to get to the boss. I guess we'll do one more Gusty Garden one. I'm probably gonna have to go back to Dusty Dune eventually, but I'm gonna prolong that. Gravity Scramble. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This is a fun one. And this is a level that they put in the backdrop of the ending. Spoiler alert. Ooh. Oh god. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Please make it. Oh, okay. This level almost reminds me of like Jack and the Beanstalk or something. A lot of the planets are like bean shaped and they have vines growing out of them and stuff like that. Maybe it was intentional, who knows. And then we get to the part of the level that's made out of plastic later on. Oh yeah, that chomp has a star in it, doesn't it? There's a way to get it. I think it might be actually in one of these. Fuck. Let's see. I remember when I was a kid, I don't know why I remember this. I remember having a nightmare about these rocks. Like, just like, not even necessarily like getting run over by them, but like looking into the crystal and being like hypnotized. And I don't know why I remember that specifically, but that's just what I tend to think of when I look at these. All right, Give me a star or something I can destroy that other one with. Because I don't want to have just wasted time for nothing. I probably just wasted time for nothing. There's probably like a star on one of the previous planets that you have to carry over here. That I missed. But we'll get it another time, I guess. Now it's time to freaking do some fancy acrobatics on the spinny plates. I've always really liked just like the speed and like the style of the animation when you when the gravity gets flipped. Just it's very distinct, and it gives you enough time to realize that your orientation is going to be slightly different than it was before. I just think in general for how bizarre the gravity mechanics are. You know, obviously this game wasn't the first game to have like gravity flipping mechanics, but I just think the way they're handled is done really, really well. It's sort of interesting too that Mario 128 that was like is sort of so much confusion about what that was supposed to be. I feel like this game is pretty much the closest to what that would be in terms of what a Mario game is, because like, you know, obviously I don't think they would make just a normal 3D Mario platformer where you control 128 Marios, you know? That sort of became the concept for Pikmin, but in terms of like the platform like morphing and stuff like that, you know, this is definitely the game that resembles it the most closely. Oh god, I thought I was gonna get shot. Oh yeah, I was playing through, when I remember when I was a kid, I was playing through this game and Super Paper Mario at the same time, and obviously, like, space and gravity are a much larger part of this game, of course, but it was, like, you know, it was cool to me, going into, space in, Super Paper Mario, and also having, like, a similar sort of gravity flipping mechanic in 2D. And like the space level in that game, I think is very, very much. I think a lot of the levels in that game are just really bizarre, and that's part of what I love about it. But I didn't really tie it together too much with Mario Galaxy when I thought about it, just because it is a very different sort of thing. You like you spend in this game, you spend it like planet hopping and stuff, and if you fall into space, you die. But in Super Paper Mario, you spend most of the space levels swimming around space. Oh god, I don't think I should have done that. Whoa, okay. I was not expecting to survive that. Alright, let's actually do this for real now. Oh, the star's right here. I thought I was supposed to jump back in the other direction. Ugh. Oh man. Alright. So in total we're about at an hour and 20 minutes now, I think. We've got like 10 stars? 12 stars? Okay, we unlocked the boss though. Enemy base spotted. We are detecting massive energy spikes. What are they doing there? What is the deal with Bowser? Alright. I hope this is another cool Mario 64 style Bowser level. I think it is. Yeah, okay. I love this one. All the Bowser levels in this game are really, really well done. Darkness on the horizon. Very ominous. Oh, that music. Let's see what this guy has to say. There are a bunch of traps here. Just be careful of the gravity. Okay. Dark matter looks kind of delicious. Kind of looks like a fruity snack of some kind. Oh boy, I love it when the 3D games have side-scrolling segments, and as you know, especially in the Galaxy games, like you know, they did more levels like this in Galaxy 2, where it's like side-scrolling, but it still takes advantage of the gravity mechanic. Oh hey, thanks for hosting me, Gabe. I didn't hear the sound, but I was able to look over in time for that. My thanks to hopefully not be too late. Oh man, that's another really cool idea. It's just like dark matter just like freaking tearing holes through physical objects. I feel like that's something they almost should have used more in this game than they did. It's just a really neat mechanic. This is one of those examples of when they come up with an idea and then they flesh it out and then they throw it out in favor of something new, which is a solid design philosophy, but also it'd be really cool to see more dark matter related stuff in this game, but I don't think they ever use it again. It's almost hard to tell where it is in certain segments like that, and I think that makes it interesting because you have to pay closer attention, I guess. Oh man, like segments like this, like long jumping and stuff, like doing all that sort of stuff, makes me wonder what a 2D Mario game would be like completely with 3D Mario style controls. Like you get a little bit of that in New Super Mario Brothers, and since they're better at designing games than I am, I'm assuming that they kept the moves in that would work and scrapped everything else. But I still think it'd be a cool idea, especially because these segments in this game prove that it could be fun. Also, thank you for that, Gabe. Thank you for bringing Bob into the limelight. All right, get that guy out of there. Use the stairs here. I never would have known otherwise. Thank you. What, this guy? You're welcome. Let's go fight this stupid turtle. I was waiting in the air for you to drop by. Or I guess for me to drop by. Why, it's you! That's it, Mario. I'm gonna stomp you into space bits. You said the exact same fucking thing last time. If you're gonna try to be threatening, you gotta at least come up with different threats. Like, I'm gonna turn you into a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then eat you. It's like fucking King Koopa in the cartoon. Like, I'll feed you these starving piranha plants. Oh yeah, that is I'm glad to be guided by Bob's light, Gabe. That's something that I thought about before, but I was just reminded of it. That the Super Show is the first time they did the storyline of Bowser wanting to marry Peach. Obviously he was King Koopa then, and she was Toadstool then, but there's a thing where like he has them prisoner, and Peach is like, I'll do anything to let them go, and then if you let them go, and then he's like, anything, like marry me, and then he's like, you know, because obviously that's his reasoning behind wanting to marry her in other stuff is that he'd become the king of the Mushroom Kingdom, as well as king of the Koopas. And they've done that storyline a few times now. Like they did it in the comics. I think Super Mario Adventures. They did it in Super Paper Mario. And it's cool because it's not just like, even though they've done it, I guess 4 times in total. It is like, you know, each time it sort of has its own like different spin on it, you know. Like, it's not just the same story over and over again. Even though Bowser kidnapping Peach is sort of the same story over and over again, but they always sort of find a way to put a spin on it, other than like in the new Super Mario Brothers games. Not bad. I guess I chose the right guy to be my archenemy. You didn't choose me. You're just an asshole, and I'm not gonna put up with your shit. It's too bad for you, but because my master plan is almost complete. Tough luck, Mario. Get the fuck out of here. Cool. Yeah, true, Patrick. It's like the fucking the Bowsette comic that someone made where like they both get rejected in Odyssey and then they end up hanging out once Bowser takes the super crown or whatever. That's the plot of Super Princess Peach 2. Peach is trying to win back Mario. Oh boy, it's pretty. Man. I mean, I know we're still gonna need to get a lot of Power Stars after this. But we've been making pretty quick progress in the way of Grand Stars. Like, games like this used to... Like, this game especially, I feel like completing games used to feel like it took forever when I was a kid. Like, it was such a grand achievement every time you beat a game. And now it's just like, you know, in a few hours total, you can get most of the way to completing the game. We have ascertained the location of your special one. Please look at the circle by your feet. A number 26. That number represents the power stars you need to reach the center of the universe. That number will decrease with each power star you recover. Okay, cool. When it reaches 0, the Comet Observatory will regain full power and flies a starship again. And then we'll be able to reach the center of the universe. So is there not another grand star? Is that it? I thought there was another grand star in at least the engine room. So wait, okay, how many do we have now? 34 plus 26. Yeah, so it would be 70, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's 60. Huh. Well then, I guess we only need 60 shines, or stars, I guess. What do you have for me, bro? Oh, it actually is from my bro. Bro, I got stuck. I got a star, but now I can't get back. This picture shows where I am. Help me. Oh my god, he got himself caged. To view a picture. Okay. Let's go. I like that they went the extra mile with that in, oh wait, it's in the fountain. I like that they went the extra mile with, like, picture finding missions in Mario Odyssey. There's like 7 or something. Wait, 7 what? I forget what I was talking about. Oh, for the domes. Oh yeah. No, there's the terrace, the fountain, the kitchen, the bedroom, the engine room, and the garden. So that's 6. But I don't think I don't think the garden has a grand star, and maybe the engine room has one, because I thought I remember the engine room having one. But the fact that it's already counting down how many stars we need to get to the end makes me feel like they wouldn't put a boss fight in the engine room just because it would be completely optional. But I have no idea. I guess we'll head up there soon enough and see for ourselves. Oh yeah, this is a really weird level too. Mostly because, you know, it's like I talked a little bit about how Galaxy 2 reused certain portions of levels from this game for levels in that game. It could be sort of seen as padding, I guess, but I never really took much issue with it. But the weird thing about this one is that this exact same planet appears in this exact same game. Like, like one of the other galaxies in this game, it's like one of the beach levels. I think it's not Beach Bowl. I don't remember what it's called, but there's another water level in this game that has this planet that you can blast to, and then you just do the exact same mission. And it's very odd that they would put it in another galaxy in the exact same game. Like, it wouldn't be as weird to me if it was in Galaxy 2, but it's just here twice, I guess. It's just 2 easy stars. Oh, wait. I did that without even realizing that that's not what I was here for. I'm here to save Luigi. That's why I'm in the fountain. So let's actually go save him now. Oh man. I've just been so neglectful towards Luigi today. Like, I did like 3 missions before I rescued him the first time. And then I came here to rescue him. Oh god, I picked the wrong mission, didn't I? I was supposed to pick the first one. Alright, well, you know what? This one is just, I mean, it's just another star, and I really like this galaxy, so I guess we'll just do this one and then rescue Luigi. He'll be okay. He's in a cage. He's totally protected, and probably has enough oxygen to survive until we get there. Probably. I'm gonna help this guy first, because he's cute, and fucking, I don't know. I don't really have much of a reason to rescue him over Luigi, other than the fact that he's cute. It's okay, I'm gonna get you out. Phew, that was scary. As my way of thanking you for your help, I'll make a shortcut for you. Thank you. It is weird that it's sort of implied that when the Lumas transform, that's just what they are for the rest of eternity. But they do it, like, super casually a lot of times. Like, maybe they can transform back and forth between, like, launch stars and stuff. I know their ultimate goal is to become, like, real stars. But it's just funny to think about it in the sense that, like, maybe it's like if they do that, they're just that way forever, and they're just so casual about it. They're like, oh yeah, thanks for saving me, I'll make a shortcut for you, and then they just permanently alter their physical form for the rest of eternity. Oof. Okay, I don't think I actually need to press this, but come on, it won't let me spin. No, okay. Yay, more star bits for the hungry Luma we have waiting. We've got a lot of stuff we need to take care of, a lot of responsibilities. And I've just been, oh my god, look at him! That's really scary. It's always, like, sad to me when, like, cute NPCs in video games are, like, in perilous situations. Because obviously it gives you an incentive to save them. But, like, you know, especially, like, when Lumas are, like, in peril, I just feel bad for them. And, like, I feel like the game that's, like, the worst offender of that is, like, Rayman Legends. Because there's teensies in that game that you rescue, which are, like, cute little creatures. But, oh, that's cool. There's teensies that you rescue in that game, but, like, some of them are, like, time sensitive, and they'll be, like, sinking into the quicksand. And if you don't rescue them, they literally just sink into the quicksand and drown. And it's like, oh, okay. So it's not like literally like, you know, oh, they're trapped, but I can come back and rescue them later or something. It's like, no, they're just dead. And it's like, obviously you can go back and rescue them later, but it doesn't feel like that in the moment. It's just like, oh, well, I fucked up, and now their death is on my hands. That's cool. Anyway, let's go save Luigi now. Actually, I sort of need to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna go do that for like 2 seconds, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let me just ease my paranoia by checking the audio. At least checking the audio is the one thing that I've consistently remembered to do to make sure this thing keeps going. Okay. Now, and only now, can we finally go rescue Luigi. Oh, there's a new galaxy! Maybe I should go do that first. Now, let's go save him. He's been terrified and quivering in his boots for long enough, I say. Alright, it's this one. Alright. So, I never really thought about this, but coins, I guess, don't really do much in this game. I mean, they have, like, Luma shops that buy stuff, or that you can buy stuff with coins in the second game. Just like the little Lumas that sell you items and stuff. Or actually, I think the Luma shops still use star bits, but like there's hungry Lumas that eat coins instead, for one purpose or another. But I guess the only real reason, I mean, coins in this game restore your health, but the excess coins are just for extra lives, I guess. Which is really, it's fine. I mean, I prefer collecting star bits anyway. It is just, I guess, interesting that coins are a source of life, and not like hearts or something. But I guess that just using coins just gets rid of the need for an unnecessary other item. And then, you know, in Mario Odyssey, they actually do use the coins as currency, so having a heart item makes sense. I don't think we've finished feeding that hungry Luma in the hub world, but I think I'm fairly certain we'll have more than enough. I think only really needed like 40 more star bits last time we fed him, so we should be more than okay. Oh god. Alright, Luigi. I've come to save your ass once again, for the second time in, like, not very long at all. He just doesn't know how to fly back. He just gets himself in these wacky situations, and, like, what are you gonna fucking do? Fuck. Going over the side of the levels is a little bit difficult. Let's see if I can just get them to come under here first thing. Oh god. I thought he was gonna hit the edge. I thought he was gonna hit the edge. Please don't die. Please don't die. I just want to save my bro. Someone? I'm here. Bwah! I thought I'd go crazy in there. Try to save me sooner next time, bro. Shut the fuck up, dude. Only if you tell Rosalina I found this one. I'm gonna say, yeah, Luigi found this star, but he was being a little bitch and couldn't get back to the hub world on his own, so I actually had to go save him. I forget where the other green stars in this game are, but I think there's only like 3 of them, I think, before you actually unlock the green launch star. I got a hidden star. You rescued a green power star. These stars have a special power. Ask the green Lumas about them. After all, they will transform into green power stars someday. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. that was my amazing mother asking if I wanted a grilled cheese sandwich, and I very much do. But yeah, I just went to go talk to her and let her know. So I probably I don't know if I'm gonna eat it on stream, because I don't really want to be like, I don't want to, especially without like face cam or anything. Maybe face cam would make it worse, I have no idea, but I don't really want to just have like nasty like smacking sounds in the middle of my commentary. But I wasn't gonna turn it down, because I love grilled cheese. Who doesn't love grilled cheese? So, all right, let's go see if there's a Bowser level in the engine room. I thought there was, but now I'm kind of feeling like there won't be, just because we're already counting down the stars until we get to the end. Oh, there is one. Huh. All right then. I guess let's try to get to there next. Let's do Honeyhive Galaxy in reverse, which is essentially what this is. That's another thing. It's like, I would never call Mario developers lazy, because they're very much like, you know, they're some of the most innovative people in the entire games industry, and they put out some of the best games ever made. But you can't deny that just taking the exact same level from Honeyhive Galaxy and flipping it and just like treating it like another level is a little bit lazy. I'm not saying the developers themselves are lazy, but this level, I don't know, man. It's a little bit it doesn't really feel very tongue-in-cheek about it, the fact that it's just a reverse of Honeyhive Galaxy. It just sort of is. Oh, wait. Is that an L made out of star bits? There's probably like an M made out of star bits in Honeyhive that I just didn't see. Alright. I don't really remember where the star chips are, but I don't seem to be having a very hard time finding them, which is good. Oh boy, okay. No, I don't want to go up there again. I want to go back. I want to go around back. Thank you very much. Where's the last one? I feel like it's in a really obvious spot, and I should have probably found it already. It feels like if all the other ones are in generally the same area, this would be pretty far for the last one, but I think this is where it is, because I don't know where else it would be. Is that a place I can go? Like up there on the ledge? Because I don't think I've ever tried to come up here before. Unless this is where the blue star chip is and I'm just being a doofus, but yeah, I don't remember ever really coming up here. Let's see if we can go higher. Is there a secret? Huh. Oh wait, I think I saw it for like a split second. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, pull me. It's weird that they're looking for blue star chips because the bunnies are Lumas. Or maybe Lumas... I don't really know... I don't really know what the, Okay, I need to get out of bee suit mode for this. I don't really know, like, if all bunnies are Lumas, or if all Lumas have the ability to turn into bunnies, but it definitely seemed to me that Lumas can just be bunnies if they want to. And it's weird that they would look for the blue star chips if they could just turn into a Luma and fly up to where it is. I don't remember what these do. Oh, that's helpful, I guess. Oh, it's actually very helpful. Don't expect to catch me so easily next time. Oh yeah, there's like a bunny catching mission. I think the hardest one is in Galaxy 2, but I think there's also a really hard one in this game. And I think it's in this galaxy. And it's just a pain in the ass. Alright. So, I think what I'm gonna do, because at this point I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, and that's about where I want to keep the stream lengths. So, I think I'm gonna get to... So we started this stream with 21 stars, and then now we almost have 40. So I think I'll get to 41, and then call it a stream, and then we'll go back and we'll come back later tonight, probably around like, I don't know. I'll tweet about it when I go live again, but we'll get to about 41 stars, and then we'll come back tonight and finish this game off. Get the last handful of stars. I can't wait to do the finale of this game. Like, this game has one of my... I mean, the final boss isn't that difficult, but it has one of my favorite finales in any video game. Okay, it's Sea Slide Galaxy. This is the one I was talking about that has the same planet that we did a little bit earlier, like the planet with the disappearing platforms. So that's the hooligan that's been causing trouble. He looks like a fucking hooligan. Look at him. Look at those eyes. Yeah, well, I'll teach him. What are you gonna do? You can't even jump. Haven't you played Captain Toad? I need a shell if I'm gonna race this guy. He's gonna be like, hey, you gotta race me. But if he just ate me, he was just like, now who do we have here? You some friend of those penguins? Let's get something clear here, Landwalker. This sea's mine, see? If you want it back, show some gills and make it through the 8 rings. Oh, that's easy. Show me you got some balls and swim through my rings. Oh, there's a shell. You ever play Superman 64? Yeah. We're gonna do that, but underwater. And with better controls. You're gonna have to go a little faster, Guppy. I'm gaining. That's really funny to me, though, that he's, like, supposed to be, like, a threat. He's like, fuck you, this sea is mine. The only way that I'll give it back is if you swim through the rings. Oh, God. It's the spooky eels. I don't think they can actually eat you, though. I think just they hurt you, but it's not like Mario 64 where you can just get swallowed whole. That used to scare the crap out of me. those fish in Mario 64. Oh shit! Oh, I thought I was gonna get crushed. All right, Guppy, come on, give me the last one. I love how he doesn't even say anything. He's just like, ah, and then he gives you the star. Oh wait, he's up there. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, I didn't mean for it. Oh shit, I didn't mean to hit Captain Toad. What's me? Not bad for a land walker. Well, I'm a fish in my word. The sea's all yours, buddy. I mean, he literally can't survive anywhere but the sea, so I would hope that he doesn't plan on leaving. Toy time, toy time. How many stars do I need for toy time? I really want to go to toy time. Oh, you know what? Before I do this, before I go back to either of those, I still don't think we've done that one Hungry Luma. So let's do that guy. Oh no. Thank God for safety precautions. Aw, shit. Thank God for them accommodating idiotic players like me. I'm famished. I need 60. Okay, how about 300? He's like, no, please. Please, no. Transform into a world with living beings on it. Well, I mean, I guess they just transform into wormholes. The Bigmouth Galaxy? Oh, God. I gotta say, I know it has its fans, but I'm not a huge fan of the Bigmouth series. So I don't know if I'm looking forward to the oh, of course, fish. I really liked this level as a kid, and I don't really know why. I think it's just something novel about it being shaped like a fish, I guess, and just having like a whole level inside of it. This level, I feel like, it almost feels like it could be a part of, what's the one, God, I'm having a hard time remembering the level, the name of the level, but there's a level that has, it's like a water level that has, like, takes place at nighttime. It has, like, the secret pirate ship tunnel in it, where you fight Camilla the second time. That's a really cool level, and I almost feel like this galaxy could be just a planet in that galaxy, because it seems like a very similar sort of aesthetic. But I guess all the levels with penguins, other than Beach Bowl, they tend to keep them like on their own, separated from the actual domes. Oh God, there's fucking eels swimming around. These freaking water levels have such intimidating music. Jesus. Where's the last one? I feel like I've swum around enough times to have seen it by now. Okay, let's go up for air, and then we'll reassess the situation. Here's a big jellyfish. Alright, let's look at it from this angle. Make things a little easier on ourselves. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I figured I probably just missed it. Well, of course I missed it, because I didn't get it. But I thought it was out of my view. Don't get eaten by the eel. Ow. Alright. I can do better. Okay. It's a great thing they implemented that feature, because swimming around is you know, like any most 3D games have pretty clunky swimming controls. There's a few exceptions, but oh yeah, I forgot about these guys. I don't think this game's swimming controls are clunky. They're just a little bit slow, and just like changing direction in precise movements is a little bit difficult. Well, not difficult, it's just a little bit slow. Oh my god. Man, that was close. Oh, Mario, I almost forgot to tell you something. I was trying to get a star, but I fell in this treasure chest. Let me tell you, it's even smaller than it looks. God damn. He's really lucky that there was a special shell that could open the chest, and that I showed up here when I did. Because if I didn't, he probably would have suffocated. Oh yeah, this is the level where if you try to jump up here, like you almost have to do a backflip. Because if you don't, you just keep talking to him and he just keeps saying, take this power star. Alright, we only need 20 left to finish the game. Did we unlock Toy Time? Let's see. Oh, Toy Time? I think that's Toy Time. Let's go see, boys. Oh, wait, we gotta do the storybook, too. Hold on, I'm just responding to a text. Okay. I am fairly certain that we are gonna get to go to Toy Time, so that'll probably we'll read the story this one chapter of the storybook, and then we'll go to Toy Time if that's the one that is unlocked, and then we'll call this a stream until later. Let us begin. Chapter 5, Home. The kitchen will go here, and the library will go over there, the girl said busily to herself. We'll put the gate here. Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she'd been bustling about at a feverish pace. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it to make a happy home. It turned out that star bits weren't the only things buried in the ice. There were tools and furniture unlike anything they had ever seen, and the girl used them to build a home. That was convenient. Looking at the completed house, Luma remarked, "Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us?" With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate, it was certainly spacious, but still, something seemed to be missing. If only my father, brother, and mother were here, the girl said wistfully. Indeed, the house was too large for its two small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny close to her heart, the girl fell asleep in the starship. Oh yeah, the fact that she keeps saying that should do it for today implies that every time you unlock a new storybook chapter, it's a new day. So I guess Mario Galaxy takes place over a pretty substantial period of time. All right, let's see. Is it Toy Time? Yeah, there we go. Oh man, I love this level. This level almost feels to me like a Super Mario Sunshine bonus level, like fleshed out into a full thing. Just because it's just very wacky, I guess. It's just really cool, like the inside of like a kid's room, just floating in the middle of space. And the music is really good too. What's he say? Welcome to the Toy Time Galaxy. We Gizmos are in charge of upkeep and maintenance here. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a great. I was talking about this in the last stream too, but it's cool that like you go into a galaxy the first level and you don't go to all the planets in the first mission, but you get to see planets in the distance and be like, oh, it'd be cool if I could go there, and then eventually you actually do get to go there, and that's exactly how I felt about that the 8-bit sprite of Mario. I was like, it's like, because it looks like it's just like a decoration, and you're like, oh, it'd be really cool if I could actually go there and like walk around on it, and eventually you get to, and I think that's really, really cool. I think it's just cool that you can see all the planets from the start. What's he say? My friends have been kidnapped. Well, I'm gonna get them. So, don't you worry about that. All right. Oh, I guess that's all that does. You see a bolt, give it a spin. Yes, I do remember. Oh yeah. Is this just for... Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, right. This is... I was like, what the fuck? That's the first time in a long time I've played this level and not realized that I need to do this part on the wall first. I'm losing my touch a little bit. I'm just getting old, man. This game came out over a decade ago, and it's just I don't know, man. It feels like it definitely feels like a long time ago since the first time I played this game, but I feel like I should still. I mean, I'm still very familiar with a lot of things about it, but there's just certain little things that just aren't as etched into my brain as they used to be. Whoa, okay. Oh god, I forgot about the... Well, I didn't forget about the spring mushroom, I just forgot that it was in this specific mission. Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the best power-up in any Mario game. Mario gets wrapped in a coil and bounces around on his head. And it doesn't... because it's a wacky, fantastical cartoon world, Mario does not experience any sort of trauma from this. Please don't. No, please don't. Get me out. Alright. There's Mario Planet. It's pretty funny that there's just a... I mean, given the magnitude of space, I guess it's more likely than unlikely, but it's just funny that there's just a place in space where there's just a giant planet shaped exactly like Mario. Oh yeah, this is the only time in the whole game they use this song. They made it specifically for this level. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, let's tear this guy to pieces. The level is called Heavy Metal Mecha Bowser, but other than like the neck collar, I don't really see the resemblance, and I never really did. But I mean, whatever, man. We gotta relate it back to the main conflict. Oh hey, Lettuce Ranch, how you doing? This is actually, unfortunately, the last level I'm doing on this specific stream, but I will be getting back on stream later today. I'm gonna take a break for a few hours after this level, but I will be back on later today to finish the game. So I hope to see you again then. And now I guess I didn't know that this was a thing that you could only do once you reached 50 followers, but apparently only once you reach 50 followers can can people actually opt in to be notified when you stream? So, which I think is pretty dumb. But I've actually, now that I've reached 50 followers, people can actually opt in to be notified when I stream. So, if you would like to, if you're watching and you're following me, make sure that if you want to know when I'm streaming, you do that, because that's much easier than just taking a guess or checking every once in a while. Even though I do have a set schedule most of the time, but like, you know, in situations like this where I'm just gonna come back to the game in a few hours, you know, it's helpful to just be notified separately. Oh man, they're all busted up. Oh, but they're thankful at least. They're not like the other guy that gets mad when I don't blow up all the trash in 30 seconds. Alright. So, I think that's 41 stars. So, I'm gonna go take a break, eat some food, unwind for a little bit. I will be back later tonight, hopefully. If that ends up not happening, I'll post something on my Twitter to notify you, but at bagel_Chris, in case you were unaware. I plug it every chance I get. But most likely later tonight we are going to be coming back, getting the last handful of stars, and finishing this game. So thank you very much for watching so far, and I hope that you will return to join me. It's return to join me is kind of circular reasoning, I guess. But I hope you will return and join me for when we finish this game later tonight. So thank you very much for watching so far, and I hope to see you then.